Welcome to the Teachers Impact Podcast, or better yet known as The Tip, where teachers can come to master their craft, use their voice, and enhance student learning. On this episode, we'll be talking about implementing a 2-minute social emotional curriculum that I used in school year 23-24. So I wanted to start off with the definition, the Google definition of social and emotional learning. Social and emotional learning is a process that helps people develop skills that are important for success in school, work, and life. These skills include self-awareness, self-control, and interpersonal skills. People with strong social emotional skills are better able to cope with challenges and can benefit academically, professionally, and socially. So, for the purposes of this episode, we're going to be working with the self control, self management part of social emotional learning. So, you might be wondering why it's important to incorporate social emotional strategies into your classroom. For me, it's important because over the years, I've noticed that a lot of students are coming to my classroom on edge. Developmentally young students, they do have a tendency to want to move about, to explore, to do different things. But for me, I've noticed that it's just a little bit more than that. I've noticed over the years, again, my students, they're just on edge. They cannot sit still for even a short amount of time. They get set off by the littlest things. And so I needed something that would help them to learn how to calm their bodies down when they needed to calm their bodies down. I needed something that I could implement into the daily routine so that these students would be able to use these strategies even when I'm not there. Okay, and that's one of the important things for the students to understand, that they're in control of their bodies, and when I'm not there, they're able to calm themselves down. And having the ability to self-manage and to self-control. So let's talk about some of the benefits of a calm classroom. Okay, having a calm classroom is one of the best things for students and teachers. The environment is more conducive to learning. You can laugh, you can build stronger relationship with students. You can just have a classroom where students are achieving their goals, they're having fun, they're learning. It's just a wonderful thing, okay? And in terms of the impact on the students' focus, the students are able to focus. You're not constantly being disrupted, and it helps with their behavior in that they're able to use the method of learning self-control to control their own behaviors, and in turn hopefully affecting their overall well-being. And not only is it important for students, but it's important for teachers, because when we feel calm in the classroom, we're more like ourselves. We get in a flow where we're teaching, students are learning. The roles go back and forth. We're students facilitator, not as sage on the stage. Okay, so having a calm classroom for the teacher is also very beneficial. Okay, so what does the calm classroom involve? Calm classroom involves a daily 2-minute routine where they're using breathing exercises, calming exercises, where they show students on a daily basis how to calm themselves down, how to help them to focus, how to help them to stay in control of our bodies. Okay, and one of the things that I did to introduce the curriculum, first I modeled. So I did the gradual release method, which I've talked about in previous episodes. So the gradual release method is when I do it, I model it for the students. We do it, and then the students do it independently. So I did this over the process of a week to make sure that the students understand how it worked. And the example exercises that can be done in 2 minutes may involve square breathing, may involve a focus activity such as looking at a dot to help you stay focused. So once I've introduced the topic and I've gone, I've introduced it, I've taught the students how to do it, I pick a time when I know as a teacher that I'm going to be consistent. So I'm going to do it every day at the same time and the same period for the whole school year. Okay? This part is really important. Consistency is the key. We have to make sure that we're making it a daily routine, because if we don't make it as a daily routine, the kids are not really going to get the benefits. In the past, I've not implemented it as a daily routine, and it didn't have the impact that I was looking for. Another strategy for implementation is to make sure that you're setting the tone and the environment. So, one of the things that I've done is that I know after lunch, my kids or my students, they're really active. It's hard for them to calm down after lunch. So, I know that after lunch is the time. So, before I go to pick up my students, I put on some calm instrumental music, so that they know that when they walk into the classroom, it's time for a calm classroom to practice our exercises. Okay, the third thing is using the visual and auditory cues. So the auditory cues are when I put on the calm sound in the back of the classroom, and the visual cues is the students know that once I turn off the lights and once I get the book, the students know it's time for a calm classroom. The fourth step is involving the students in the process. So one of the things I've done is to have one or two students that I know who are capable of reading on a somewhat fluent level. Again, I'm there to help them if they need it. It's to lead a session. I've done this past year, and the kids really enjoyed leading a session. Again, as a teacher, you're still facilitating, but they enjoyed it. Some examples of exercise include square breathing, dot focus, and stretch. There are going to be some challenges. I wanted to just give you a heads up about some of the challenges that you might experience trying to implement something like this. So, resistance from students. Okay, some students are not going to want to participate, but what I've told them is that you do not have to participate. However, you cannot be a disturbance to the students who are participating. Okay, so that's how you would handle potential challenges like that. The second thing is maintaining consistency, and how to overcome these strategies is to make sure you actually schedule the 2 minute session at a consistent time each day. Okay, picking a time where you know you're going to do it and putting it in your schedule to know, okay, we're going to be doing this every single day. Uh, the third thing is staying committed even when the routine gets disrupted. So sometimes after lunch, there may be a schedule change, there may be something going on. Okay, you have to stay committed. Okay, what I tell myself is that it's only 2 minutes, but my students really need this because it's going to help them in the long run. Another way that I wanted to mention resistance is to explain to the students why they're doing what they're doing and making sure that you're getting their buy-in. Okay, a lot of students, again, they don't have that self control. So part of it is explaining to students that you're in control, they're in control of their bodies, and they're able to do these things to help them to learn control of their body. And once they understand the reason why they're doing it, they're more than likely to really want to participate. I have not had a lot of students that did not want to participate, maybe one or two per classroom, but that was really it. Okay, so I'm just going to share some examples and experiences that I've noticed while using this Calm Classroom curriculum. What I noticed was that students would come up to me and say, "Oh, Miss Ogilvy, we're not." If I missed the time or if something happened, the students would come up to me and they would say, "Oh, we're not doing calm classroom today, or we're not doing our breathing exercises today." So that goes to show that's something that they really look forward to, even though they may act like they don't want to do it. They really look forward to it. Okay. And some of the changes that I've seen in the classroom is that when other students are, acting out or having a tantrum, I'll see the other students go to calm them down and they'll say, breathe, breathe, take a deep breath. And that's something that we do every day, teaching them how to breathe, how to slow their breathing down. And so that's two of the changes that I've noticed in while implementing this calm classroom. Key takeaways from this episode is teaching students how to self manage can help them learn one of the most important social emotional skills, which is self control. We can do this by implementing a 2 minute calm classroom curriculum. Okay. Second thing is to make sure that you're consistent and to involve the students whenever possible. And third is that you can overcome the challenges through making sure that you're committed and flexible with how you're implementing. I encourage you to give it a try. If you don't have the actual book or the actual curriculum, you can find some exercises on YouTube that you can implement. Just making sure again that you're consistent and you're flexible with implementing the 2 minute exercise every single day. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to check out the website, teachersimpact.net. If you found this content helpful, please be sure to rate on your favorite podcast app. It helps the show to grow, reach more teachers, and have an impact. You can email me at teachersimpacteducation@gmail.com or follow me on Instagram at teachersimpactpodcast.